Hey sweet friends, welcome back and welcome if you're new. I am trying to pretend like I am not freezing cold right now. It is in the 20s outside today in Ohio. It is so cold. I'm trying to stay warm. I have a hot cup of coffee here, but today I thought it would be fun to just kind of sit down and talk about all of the things related to our home. I asked you guys to ask me questions over on Instagram about renovations, home projects, decorating, homemaking, all that good stuff related to the home. And you guys did not disappoint. You asked some really good questions. So today we're just gonna sit down, hang out, chit chat, and I'm gonna answer some of those for you. So if you're excited about today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you happen to be new around here, first of all, welcome. I'm so glad that you stopped by the house today. But we purchased a late 1870s-ish craftsman style home almost a year ago, and we have done quite a few projects. We're nowhere near done, but we'll get into that. But we've really been making this house our home, and we truly love it, and we're so thankful for it, and I'm excited to talk about it today. So grab yourself a hot cup of coffee or your favorite hot drink, cozy on up, and let's get started. A big thank you to Roborock for sponsoring today's video. This is my new Roborock S7, and it makes cleaning so much easier with automatic emptying. As you can see, that is what these two canisters are. The left side is the filter and the right side is the dustbin, which sucks up all of the dirt and dust from the Roborock S7 right into that bag. The 3L dust bag self-seals when removed to prevent dust leaks. The dust bag has been treated with an antibacterial agent to protect from bacterial growth, which I really love. And the Roborock app is super easy to use. All you have to do is hit the empty dustbin button if I want to empty it. You can set different settings depending on what works for you and when you want it emptied. I can also select the clean button right there so that my Roborock can start cleaning. You can also set up auto emptying settings depending on the frequency of how often you're cleaning. My favorite feature though is the child lock option so that my 2-year-old isn't tempted to play with the Roborock. When you first use your Roborock S7, it will create this detailed map of your home, which allows you to add multiple floors if you happen to live in a 2- or 3-story house, as well as create no-go zones if you want to skip over an area during the cleaning that maybe you have toys around or cords, or maybe you just want to skip it for some other reason. The mopping is what I am most impressed with. The Sonic technology scrubs floors up to 3,000 times per minute, and the intelligent mop lifts when the carpet is detected, so you can mop hard floors and vacuum carpets in a single clean, which I just think is amazing. The original bristle design has been replaced with an all rubber one that is more durable. Its spiraling blades agitate better, and it's even better at avoiding hair tangles. All of these features on the Roborock S7 are truly incredible. It continues to amaze me how much dirt and grime it picks up off my floor, even when I think it's not that dirty. And it just has made my life so much easier, especially since getting a puppy. So I will be sure to link the Roborock S7 down in my description below if you're interested in purchasing one or gifting one this holiday season. And thanks again, Roborock, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so I've got all my questions here. I did try to screenshot frequently asked questions, so if they got asked a bunch, try to answer those. So first question is, what is your go-to white paint color for walls and trim? So if you've seen my house, if you've seen the areas that we've painted, I have done pretty much all whites in this house. I just love warm whites. I think that they add a lot of light to the space. They make everything feel light even when it's not. We actually don't get a ton of natural light in this house, believe it or not. So adding white paint has helped tremendously. But to answer your question, every single surface we have touched with paint, I've painted Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams in a satin finish. And all of my trim, or at least all the trim I've painted, is pure white by Sherwin-Williams. Next question is this your forever home? I get this question a lot, and while we have no plans or intentions of moving anytime soon, I would be pretty confident to say that this is not our forever home. I love this house and I love our little village, but we really would love to buy land one day and probably build or find an old house and restore it on land. So probably not our forever home, but you never know, things could change. I know I will have a really hard time parting with this house if the day ever comes that we have to sell it, that's for sure. Two really common questions that sort of go hand in hand are, what is your next project, and are you currently done with projects in the house? And we're definitely not done with projects. I don't think we'll ever be done with projects. But we've sort of taken a pause, and I'm almost certain we will pick back up after the holidays, especially in the winter months. I sort of took a break in the summer just because the weather was so nice. And by taking a break, I mean I worked on the outside of the house. I have done so much landscaping to our property. I spent hours upon hours upon hours digging out old plants, putting in new plants, adding beds, mulching, doing it all myself. So I spent the summer doing that, and like I said, once I think the holidays are over and we're stuck inside all winter, we'll probably pick it back up. But as far as what our next project is inside, I would say, gosh, I don't know. We have quite a few projects to do, but the mudroom / laundry room is at the very top of our list. And as far as what we want to do, so right now, the mudroom has concrete floors, but they are very uneven. And so we need to level the floors. We would have to retile the floors, and I would like to add built-ins to the mudroom so that we have place for coats and hats and gloves and all that good stuff, and shoes, lots of shoes. And then in the laundry room, it's just a few aesthetic, cosmetic upgrades. I would like to do tile floors in there as well. So fingers crossed we'll be able to do that here, maybe this winter, maybe not, I don't know. A lot of it is up to contractors and what you can get done and how quickly they can get things done. People seem to be backed up forever and ever these days, so we'll see, but that's definitely at the top of our list. All right, got this one a lot. How do you keep your house looking so perfect with 3 little kids? I can hardly read that question with a straight face because my house is far from perfect 99% of the time. A lot of the times when I'm filming videos like this, my kids aren't even home. Emma is home right now. She's upstairs watching a little movie, and the boys are still at preschool for another hour or so, but it's usually pretty quiet and calm and somewhat picked up when I'm filming. But in the day-to-day, I can guarantee you there is mess and toys and Legos and clothes and all of that good stuff. Don't forget that what you see on Instagram and YouTube, for that matter, is often staged and curated, and it's just a picture. It's not necessarily a picture of reality. And I probably need to be better, if I'm being fully transparent, better about sharing the realities. I always like to give inspiration, and so when the house is a mess, I'm not typically sharing. Okay, somebody asked, tell us about your exterior renovations, the brick, doors, etc. So this has been really fun. We actually just finished a huge project right after Halloween, kind of early November. We painted our exterior brick. Now I'll show a little before and after here because I haven't really revealed it here on YouTube. But before, it was a traditional red brick, which I typically love. But in this case, our brick had a lot of orange tones. There was a lot of pink. Even the grout was pink in some places. The brick was really just grimy and gross and not in the best condition. So we wanted to just kind of give it a clean slate, and I painted it a really, really creamy off-white. I didn't want to go with the stark white. I don't like the look of stark white painted brick, but the warm cream is really, really beautiful. We ended up using the color Natural Choice by Sherwin-Williams in a satin finish, and then the shutters and doors are Intellectual Gray by Sherwin-Williams, which is like a really warm grayish. They're really pretty paired together. Long term, we would love to replace the front doors and do dark walnut stained doors and accents to sort of complement that warm white. But for now, we love the result. We love how the painted brick turned out. I'm currently in the middle of a kitchen reno, and we have no kitchen. What did you guys do for dinners? First of all, my heart goes out to you, because living with no kitchen for a couple months is not easy. It's hard not having a kitchen sink or appliances. You have to really rely on your crock pot and Chick-fil-A to get you through. And that's my best advice. We were not the best at cooking. We ate a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, couple crock pot meals here and there. Thankfully we went to my mom's quite a bit to eat, and takeout. We did a lot of takeout just because it was easy. Would you say that your style has changed since moving into this house? So I get a lot of comments about this. People always say, I even had a comment the other day asking if I missed my old style. So I think some people have loved that I've sort of changed my style, and other people maybe don't as much. And that's totally okay. I realize that my style has definitely changed since moving into this house, but I think more than my style is changing, I think me as a person has changed and grown. It's sort of been like a full circle experience, because we were in a 2,500, maybe 2,300 square foot new construction house in Georgia. Then we moved into our other house in Georgia that was on YouTube. So if you know me from back in Georgia, that was the house that I started YouTube in. And we went from 2,300 to 5,000 square feet. That house was big. And I felt the need in this, and granted, I wasn't doing YouTube back then, and I would definitely say I wasn't as inspired and influenced by so many creators that I am today. And it was very much like let's run to Hobby Lobby, let's run to Target, let's run to Home Goods and just buy stuff to fill the house. I think that's why it looked so modern, farmhouse-ish. Let's, go to Kirkland's or wherever. I would go to these stores and think, oh, I need something for this wall, and I'd just buy, a sign with words on it and put it on the wall, or lots of like knickknacks and different things. And no, there's nothing wrong with that, and I still love all of those stores today. So don't take that the wrong way. I don't mean it like that. I just mean I felt this need, like I had to fill the walls and fill the space, because we went from a small home to a large home. And now we're back in, I shouldn't say small home, smaller home to a large home. Now we're back to the smaller home. And I find myself just decluttering that stuff as much as I possibly can. And I'm definitely more inspired by real vintage pieces and more unique pieces. And I'm inspired by nature, and try to just keep things simple, really, at the end of the day. That's what inspires me the most. I want my house to feel simple and clean, but still really cozy and put together. And I would definitely say that my style has changed in that way. That would be the biggest thing. So to answer your question, yes, I think my style has changed. Where is your kitchen sink from? It's from Vintage Tub and Tile. Are you going to be remodeling the bathrooms? Short answer, yes, hopefully. Long answer, that there is no current timeline on that. Maybe in a year or two. Like I mentioned before, kitchen renovations are expensive, not to mention we replaced the flooring, and that was all in the first year. So we're probably gonna take a breather from big renovations, save up some more money, because we pay cash for projects. We don't go into debt for anything. And maybe in a year or two, we'll do the bathrooms. Where do you get your inspiration for your decor? Gosh, so just like you, probably Pinterest 90% of the time. But no, I do really love curated images on Instagram and in blogs and in magazines. That always inspires me and gets me in the mood to decorate. But I also tried really hard to stay inward focused when it comes to my home and what's best for my family and what I truly love, because it can be easy to compare, and it can be easy to see what other people have or what they have going on in their house and want it for yourself, and that game is just not fun. So I truly try to just kind of stay in my lane, and I've realized as I've done that, my style has not only changed, but I feel like I've definitely grown in my decor. And I don't mean that in like some cocky, conceited way, because I definitely don't have it all together, and there's definitely people out there that are 1,000 times more talented than me. But I say that because I feel like it's truly who I am and what I love, and I'm not just trying to copy an image on Pinterest, if that makes sense. Okay, couple of Christmas related questions I'm going to combine. A lot of people asked if I decorated my bedroom for Christmas, and a lot of people asked if I was going to show my outside for Christmas. I did not decorate my bedroom. I think this is the first year I didn't decorate my bedroom for Christmas. I did add a couple of like winter greens and, swapped out the florals, but other than that, that was it. And I know I'm going to be thankful I didn't decorate up there come December 26th when I'm ready to take everything down. I wish I would have shown it for the home tour, but I kind of got tired once I did the main level. I was just like, I'm done. So no, I did not decorate my bedroom. And as far as the outside goes, lots of people asking about front porch Christmas decor. And I went really simple this year, so I didn't film it. I have a couple wreaths on the doors and some greenery and some planters, and called it a day. We have a few lights going around the front porch, but nothing really video worthy. So I know that's not really what you guys probably wanted to hear. No bedroom decor, and I'm not really sharing my front porch decor either. Somebody asked, what is my least favorite thing about the house? And I love this because I feel like I share all the things I love about it and what we're doing, but there are some things that are kind of a headache when it comes to an old home. One being that our walls are plaster. They are so old, and hanging things is a headache, and all the texture is not my favorite. And it also makes my Wi-Fi really slow. Fun fact. Do you have a daily or a weekly cleaning routine? Yes and no. I am not a very regimented person by nature. I'm actually not the most organized person by nature either. I'm pretty go with the flow, and I just kind of do what needs to get done. As far as cleaning goes, I just sort of go by time. So I usually clean for about an hour a day on average, I'd say, and I try to squeeze that in early in the morning and late at night. And I just do what needs to get done. If there's a mound of laundry, I focus on that. If my bathrooms are a swamp, I'll focus on that. If the dishes need to be done, I'll do that. Although my husband's really good about doing the dishes. But yeah, I'm definitely not like a sweep on Mondays and mop on Tuesdays kind of girl. I wish I was sometimes, but no real cleaning routine. I will say though, I do like to clean, and I like to keep things clean. So I'm pretty much constantly cleaning, especially with 3 little kids. All right, next question, another really popular one. Can you give us a rough estimate on how much was invested in your kitchen renovation? Kitchen renovations, they're not cheap, especially if you're taking everything down to the studs and completely putting in a kitchen. If you can get away with painting your current cabinetry, definitely recommend doing that. But there were definitely ways that we were able to cut corners and stay within a specific tight budget. We were super blessed in that we sold our home in Georgia, and we downsized when we moved into this house here in Ohio, and we were able to take some of that money and put it into the kitchen. So we had a specific budget, and we definitely tried to go as low as possible or spend as little as possible and still make it beautiful. So we did not do custom cabinetry. Like I said, I think I said that already. We did 42-inch cabinets. I did not change the layout of the kitchen at all, which saved us money. The most expensive thing was taking out a wall and putting in a beam. That wasn't cheap. We went on the lower end with quartz. I know quartz is more expensive than granite, but we tried to kind of stay on the lower end of that. And I went with very middle of the road appliances. So overall, I would say we were on the low end, and without taking out the wall, just the kitchen part, we were still looking at around 20 grand, something like that. But yeah, not cheap. If you are on a really tight budget, I will say paint is your best friend. You can paint tile, you can paint cabinets, you can paint walls and trim and doors and make a house feel like new. That's what we've kind of tried to do here. I have been painting every surface. Caleb did the floors himself so that we save some money on labor. We really do try to save money where we can. Oh, this is a good one. Would you change any of the design choices now that you're done with your kitchen? Yes and no. So going back to budget, for what our budget was, I would not change a thing about our kitchen. I love our kitchen. We don't have a pantry, and I'm still able to fit everything in this kitchen. So I feel like functionality is great. It's beautiful. I'm not lacking, or I'm not in want, if that makes sense. However, if budget had allowed, I would have done a custom hood vent. I would have taken my cabinets to the ceiling. I don't know, maybe I think that's about it, actually, now that I say that. There aren't too many other things I would have added. Someone asked, where do you store your decor when you're not using it? And I actually have a small storage unit that I rent monthly, and I store all of my seasonal decor in there. Now, I won't say it is definitely not perfectly organized. It's categorized for the most part, but what I would love to do is add some metal shelving to my basement, and down there put all my florals, like from all the different seasons, put all my florals on one shelving unit and all my wreaths on another shelving unit, because those items I tend to use interchangeably throughout the seasons, and sometimes I like to decorate a little bit early just with subtle touches, and I think that would really help me be organized. It's one thing to store all your ornaments and pumpkins, but florals can just kind of be interchangeable. So that's a goal of mine that I have this year. Okay, last question, because I feel like I'm getting a little bit long-winded here. Do you have a favorite room or favorite features that are original to the home? I would say my favorite room is the dining room, although it's the one room in the house that doesn't have any originality left, which is kind of funny. But it gets the most natural light, and it's where we spend a lot of time because we don't have an eating kitchen. It's our only eating table. It also serves as like our activity table, our everything table. If we're doing something, it's usually in the dining room. So it's definitely a great gathering place, and that's probably why it's my favorite. But as far as favorite original feature, definitely the pocket door that leads into our parlor. It is so heavy and so beautiful. I love it. I think it's a gorgeous feature. All right, friends. Well, that's all the questions I'm going to answer today. Maybe I'll do a part 2 down the road. I hope that you enjoyed this and felt like you could just kind of hang out with a friend today while we chatted, and that it maybe gave you some inspiration and encouragement for your own home. If you liked today's video, please do me a big favor. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. That helps me out more than you know. And if you happen to be new here today, again, welcome. My name's Amy, and I'm so glad that you stopped by. Be sure to hit that little red subscribe button down below so you don't miss any future uploads. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.